What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, man. I'm your host, Lose Takes. Make sure to like and subscribe to content. We are closing in hot to 1,000 subscribers. All you can do is laugh, man. All you can do is laugh at this team. Listen, I am out on this Dallas Cowboys season. I'm saying it right now. Lose Takes is completely out on the 2024-2025 Dallas Cowboys season. Why, you might ask that? Just everything, the culmination that came to this point. It's looking more and more like the Joneses in the front office neglected this season, but we're going to get to them in a little bit. Let's start with what was on the field and what came to that. If you've been following me, I literally said it. If the Cowboys don't look good offensively or don't win this game at all versus this team, I was going to very much so change my stance on this team, because this team was this Falcons team was very bad at rushing the passer, and they weren't good at defending. So I had high expectations for my Dallas Cowboys offense, and especially this offensive line. But let's go into why am I pissed? First of all, oh my God, Mike McCarthy. I'm over the whole thing. I'm over the whole project. I'm over it. I'm very much so over it. This man right here, I'll tell you right now, I'll let the record show, I had no hope in this man changing this offense out from the bye. I didn't. Everyone said believe in him like he did last year, and I said once again, I'll say it. The change last year was for him to pass the ball more. That's what he want to do. He wants to pass the ball. It was literally just from the hitches and let's go downfield. I literally said the change this year is a change that he needs to make, but it's against his philosophy. And that is running the football more, slowing the clock down, taking the air out the football, playing the time possession game, playing the field position game. Bone fossils, we're going to get to you in a bit. Because some people, that's a problem. People on this team, we don't know what job they do, or they try to do too much at their job. We're gonna get to you in a bit, but yeah, like McCarthy, but like I didn't believe in you. You haven't shown it before. You didn't show it in the Super Bowl when you have none. You don't like to run the football, and I thought that was the clear and obvious change you should have made, especially dealing with two rookies, not one, but two rookies, especially two out of position rookies. We're putting in positions that they never been in its entire space. And not even that, let's not even take into account the offense. Let's take into account the defense. The defense is depleted. They're showing heart. They're having a hell of a first half. These games, I'm noticing they're putting a hell of a playing together for these first halves, and they're containing who they need to contain. But we're noticing in this league, there's a 4-quarter lead. Just because you can stop them for 2 quarters, I can't give you all praise, and that's on you, McCarthy. Like, that's why it's important to play the position battle, to slow the clock down, to limit the reps, to limit the snaps that your defense is on the field, because you're just outgunned and outmanned on the other side. We're decimated with injuries over there. So why continue to act as we have our number one guys out there on the depth chart? That's befuddling to me. That's asinine to me. That's stupid to me, in my opinion. And yet you do this routinely. And what's funny enough, we got you on film saying how you didn't like how Kellen Moore did this when he were calling plays, how he neglected the defense, how he would go out there and literally call three passing plays and run like 3 seconds off the clock, and here you going and you're doing it relentlessly, routinely. It's second nature to you, and you're doing this every game. Not to mention, I didn't even start with this, man. The whole situation, man, this season right here, bro, it's been disgusting to watch. The Zeke situation, I'm not even going to argue. I told y'all, if you've been watching, I did not want him back. It wasn't even for the game. Zeke is not a good enough runner, in my opinion. He's not. He's not a runner. I don't even want to talk about his game. I didn't want him back because I told you I knew how the Joneses acted in a situation. They released a report per James Slater how this man has been missing team meetings. He's been late, etc., and everything like that. And all I'm saying is this. Yes, he may be doing this out of retaliation. Yes, he must have maybe been promised something and he ain't been getting it. And now, like he's just acting out like as a bad child. But dog, if anybody else on this team was able to get away with those things, let me rephrase that. Nobody else on this team, everyone else will lose their job. And I feel like Zeke is trying to, ask out. I think he's trying to get out. And I don't know why the Joneses would. That may be the change this week. They finally release him. Because at this point, you're just holding him hostage, but you don't know how that looks into the locker room. We're seeing dude, just coming out in the locker room and between workouts, they're like, "Shh, we gotta get to this meeting, man. Psh, Coach gonna get on me. Psh, hey, must be nice. If I had some damn respect like Zeke, I'd be at the house chilling, and my punishment would be more of a day off." That's all I gotta say. That right there is seeping into the mind of his teammates, of everyone else around him. That I don't know. Like it's Zeke may not be a cancer, but you're turning him into a cancer by having just using him as a pawn or a ploy, just to sell a story. That's all, and that goes to the whole thing, man. This season has been utterly disgusting to watch because this season has been the epitome of everything but football. Everything but football. I go back to the training camp and they was asking you questions about what you're going to do for this team, and your responses were, "Oh, we can sell tickets. We got tickets. We got the most sales have never been better." I'm like, dog, where's the football? Where's the football in this, man? Having your quarterback and your receiver hold out, and now putting all your bad decisions on that, lying to this fan base, you ain't gonna ever stop it. But I'm all over the place. McCarthy, it feel like you're waving the white flag. And in my opinion, just leave. I don't like your 90s play style. It's hitches and curls, flats. Your adjustment for this game was to make the routes even shorter, putting them behind a line of scrimmage. Your situational play calling was terrible. Everyone's was terrible. Your situational decision making was terrible. The jet sweep on 3rd and 1, right after you just ran an inside zone, but Tyler Guyton lost the rep because the guy beat him to the spot. You get afraid to do even something else, like a jet sweep. The going forward, giving Bones Fossil the okay to do a fake punt pass. That damn duck, that damn Brian Anger threw to Woodson. What are we doing out here? That is our desperation. That is your form of desperation right there. From our own 30. Your neglect for this team is not okay. You neglecting your defense, already decimated, and you put them on the spot like that. We need to be playing the field position battle. We pinned them down in the 1 yard line today. First time I ever seen that this season. And I was very nervous because I thought, he was going to let it go to the end zone. But neither here nor there. That's the type of game we need to be playing. We need to be taking no chances. No chances. But this is something you get paid millions to do. This goes into my next point. We have too many immature problems on this team. Immature being, we got problems that should have been fixed in the early parts of the season. We already know the Cowboys are undisciplined. You should have fixed that in the offseason. You should have fixed that a couple of off seasons ago. That comes with culture. This running back situation, Running back coach over here, every time a running back gets hot, we switch him out. We have a different RB1 every time. That's an immature problem. Why do we have that? Identity issues? That's an immature problem. You should have been known what your identity was. Effort? Immature problem. Immature problem. We should not be having these problems. Nah, nothing but the Cowboys will. That's one thing you can count on is the Cowboys having these problems. So you are a terrible head coach. I don't know what it is. Either you can't be what you fully are, but at this point you should be neglecting whatever they're doing because they obviously not helping you out. Mike Zimmer. I mean, the defense plays well in the first half, and he's working with, BS. He's working with bottom of the barrel talent. But at the same time, I'm still seeing Donovan Wilson out there. I'm still not seeing Israel McCarmel out there. I'm still seeing the back end. I feel like it may not be fixed with the guy, but why not try? Why not try? Why not try? The players on the man. Oof, this defense, we just gutted. And then the offense, Dak didn't, have the best of game. He got hurt. Shout out to Rico. Rico really came in, same burst, everything like that. I've been trying to tell y'all, like, he should have been the RB1 from the get-go. It wasn't the best game, but what I know, CD came in, tried to show some heart. In my opinion, you should have just sat down. You should have sat down, especially when Dak got hurt. Do not risk yourself. I mean, I feel like that's plain dumb. I don't care if you did, try to fight. I'm sorry, because you're doing it for the wrong reason. You're doing it because we told you that you're doing it as a direct response to the noise. And I feel like this is not the time of the season for that. This is not the time of the season for that. Offensive line, we're gonna do the deep dive this week, but Mike Solaris is terrible. I told you to fire him back at week 2. He still has a job. They're still oversetting. Still a problem with our hands. Veterans still regressing. I saw a change made I saw Asim Richards playing out there, and man, like, this offensive line looks terrible, man. I saw somebody on Twitter arguing with Duke Manyweather talking about this. He's to blame, bro. Duke can only do so much. He can fix their mechanics. That is it. And y'all better thank him, because Tyler Guyton, like, he's showing a version of himself in college, but he was a lot worse in college. His hands issue was a lot worse in college. So you better thank Duke for what he's done thus far. That's all I'm gonna say. But Mike Solari, this is on him. He has to take the mechanics and actually build it into worth a damn. He's getting paid the damn hundreds and thousands and millions to do this. What is he doing? Maybe he passed his prime. So very much a theme of ours on our coaching staff. We don't know what they're doing, and they're probably past their prime, or their prime was never here. There's a lot of that. I went over that in my Mike Solari video. A lot of that. And I went over the entire the offensive coaching room. Man, some of them, it was a dude, he got a job because his daddy gave Mike McCarthy his go round. I'm just saying, what is going on? Dak mechanics looking off? I'm looking at the coaching. Receivers not running hard? You want to blame the players? I'm looking at the coaching. And that goes into my next point. Because I'm finna start doing this. Y'all, I put out a tweet. It was like earlier this week, because of the offensive line issues. I said, hey, I can't wait for this draft season for content wise, but it's gonna be a very, very, very difficult draft season. Because I'm telling y'all right now, that's why I am pro tank. We need to tank this season. Dak doesn't need to play anymore. All you Cooper Rush stands who think Cooper Rush is better than Dak, I want you to see him for 7 games, and I'll see how ass he is. But I digress. Back to what my point. Draft season is going to be very stressful. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be very stressful because this roster is bad and you have a lot more problems, and you got a lot more problems on the way than you can ever think of, especially at the offensive line, D line, edge, linebacker. You pretty much need it's a need at every position, and everyone's coming in, with the hot pick and with what's flashy and everything like that. Running back, I want a running back so bad, but bro, I was watching DLLS. Vosh Lombardi is thinking what I'm thinking. Y'all want these flashy players, but I'm gonna tell you right now, them players, those are luxury picks. When we got Zeke, it was not because we were in dire need of a running back, but it was because we already had a offensive line structure in place. We already had a somewhat of a defensive line structure in place. We don't have that in place right now, and I don't believe some of these flashy signature skill positions, I'm gonna just be honest with you, are dire needs. There are levels to this, and I'm so sorry for y'all that don't want to go against the boring pick and just think about another offensive lineman, another defensive lineman this year. I am sorry. Everyone who's on Twitter telling me just work out with the other guys. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Talking about these other first round, other picks. Ashton Richards, I don't know if it's gonna cut it. TJ Bass might cut it. He might be a bridge to the next year at the right guard position or whatever. But Ashton Richards, I don't know, because they barely want to play him, and you want to see him for what? For what? This is what you got this year. You see all these problems we're having this year? I'm sorry to burst your bubble. We're having all these problems this year. Your problems start and stop with the guys up front. That's on both sides of the ball. I am telling you that right now. That's why whenever these needs come up, it is priority number one. All I'm saying is this. If we get in the top 10 when it comes to the draft order, we need to consider the trenches, either whether it's D-line or offensive line. Like if we're in the running for a Banks out of Texas, dog, I'm sorry, the Ashton Genty, the Omarion Hampton, the wide receiver guys, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. We cannot, because I will argue with this to down, bro. We have not been able to draft a premier offensive lineman with a legitimate pick. Like we get to choose first. We have to be able to weed through guys and actually go through some raw talent and be like, okay, that's our guy. Don't let nobody, know that's our guy. And, we'll pull out a Tyler Smith, and that's an all-pro. We would overlook a Johnny Manziel or Johnny Football and grab a Zach Martin. Everyone hates you on the day of the draft. Why did you take an offensive lineman, a center? A center on the day of, or when we took a Travis Frederick. Y'all get mad at those picks, but those are Hall of Fame type picks, and we always pick them. We never pick them at the premium draft positions. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I understand. I understand it, y'all. But I'm letting you know right now, this draft we ain't gonna fix this team with one pick. And that's why I'm saying you need to consider your foundational needs higher. I went away from the main point, but you already know my thinking on this. It's tank season, it's draft season, in my opinion. I'm finna get to work. I'm still gonna be, root for my team, put out scouting, videos, do some breakdowns. But I'm telling you right now, the way that they went into the season, the way it's going, there's some white flags going on. I'm not seeing a change in philosophy from a Mike McCarthy to commit to doing the only winning formula we have when we're depleted. And this is my results, man. Appreciate everyone for making it to this video this far. Make sure to like and subscribe. Keep your head up, Cowboys fans, man. This has been a rough season. Probably one of the rougher than that 1-15 or 2-15, whatever season it was, because it's just, we didn't have this much BS around it and BS being fed to us, man. So until next time, man, peace.